Today, I was mourning the loss of 2 hour long footage for a different channel. I was going to do a whole thing on that channel in which it would involve series, but I've had to cancel it because my computer decided that it wants to eat itself. In fact, it's currently eating itself, and I had to do a test to make sure that I could even record this video, so there's that. But what I didn't have to mourn the loss of is Nebraska losing because we won again. Let's go. Anyway, hello, resident happy-go-lucky fan here? I don't really know. We won. And by a significant Nebraska margin. Which is good. That's really good. We had a much bigger margin than Minnesota over Michigan State. We're probably going to have less of a margin of Ohio State and who are they playing? Oh, on second thought, maybe not. Nah, they got the second half. So yeah, Nebraska goes in after, Purdue has their bye week and Nebraska kicks the ever living crap out of them 31-14. Nebraska getting a special teams touchdown. But, and there is a massive but in there, we fumbled it twice. One of them was miraculously returned by Newsom, who also had the touchdown. Jesus Christ, he is so freaking amazing. The other one was just bad. But just like last week when we went up against Northwestern, we threw an interception. It didn't cost us, and we eventually won the game. This one was more impressive because the offense, while it did fumble the ball 3 times, it didn't totally crap itself. I mean, on its own, it scored 24 points. Our kicker hit a nice 55-yarder, so I hope that he can continue his growth because he is a freshman after all. But defense. Defense only gave up 6. I mean, I could count the 2-point conversion, so 8 points as a whole because the Sims. Purdy is miles better than Sims. I'm sorry to Sims. You had a you can go do whatever, but you gotta take care of the football, man. Even after coming back from injury, you still screwed up. The fans were even like, "Oh yay, he's back," and then you immediately fumble the ball on 4th and 1. Although it was entirely avoidable if the offensive line touched a guy that decided to cross the line. I'm still mad about that. Even though it was pretty much out of reach at that point, even though we had to put German Jesus back in. Yeah, that was, I was like, oh, frick, we're going to lose this one. Nah. I actually had a lot more confidence than I thought. I think that's mostly because the certain tragedy that hit me this morning, as well as the food that I had this for lunch. I think it kind of took my mind off of it. In fact, I'm feeling the effects of it right now. Yeah, that it's the dinner that I just ate, but that's probably not it. Right, nah. But Tony White, extend him for 8 years. Just plain and simple. While it was questionable at first as to what kind of offense this offenses would go up against, we've stopped teams that run the ball a frick ton. We stopped teams that pass the ball a lot. And we've stopped teams that do both. We're number 1 in the Big Ten in stopping the run. We're also number 1 in running. We're also like last place in passing, but that's what you get for when your quarterback averages like 12 passing attempts per game, and that his average got less because he had a whole 11 attempts. But even then, the quarterback that had more experience still had less yards than him. He had 100 yards. His backup was in for a core, well, not a core, but a one thing, and he threw for a -1 yard. That made it so that the total was 99 yards. And the first time since a random game in 2012 where we held the rushing and the passing to under 100 yards. And that's pretty impressive. I mean, 2012 was the year, so it's good. It's good. A little worrying though. The offensive line. Yeah, I could feel the effects. While it's not necessarily that outstretching on the stat sheet as to you only got sacked like 3 times and 2 of this were like coverage sacks. It definitely did not help in the running games of sorts. Like, sure, we still like rumbled for 155 yards, but it wasn't that great. I mean, like, if you discount like sacks or whatever and from Harburg's rushing totals, he only really had like 46 rushing yards and 16 attempts. That's not that great, but then again, Satterfield needs to get better at doing whatever the hell that is. Harburg also needs to learn how to pitch the ball. That's the one thing that my dad is most infuriated about is why aren't they pitching the damn ball? I just tell them that they really can't do anything. Yeah, 3.2 yards average per rushing attempt. 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers, all of them fumbles. Win by 17. I don't make any sense of it. I just report the facts. Nebraska, a team that was expected to win maybe 4 games this year, realized that it had the literal softest schedule that it's had in quite some time, and figured, might as well win now. Matt Rhule's rebuild is way ahead of schedule. I feel like he probably didn't expect this much success, but I also didn't really expect much from our D coordinator, and all of a sudden I want to give him a 7-year, $62 million contract because, goddamn, he really is proving that he is definitely vital to this team. And if we don't pay him, we might as well write up articles about how terrible of a human being he is so that other teams don't take him. Hey, just let me say, it worked for some teams. Nah, we don't have to genuinely do that, but it's something to keep an eye on as to that. Also, for some reason, the line, according to CBS Sports app, shifted to Purdue winning. Dumbasses, and we hit the over. Good job, guys. You hit the over. It's actually honestly impressive. Our point average, I think we had a what was it? We had like a disadvantage in terms of like points per game. We had like 14. Now we're at 18.7. Yes, this is the most amount of points that we scored since Northern Illinois. But it's worth it. I will say, though, what is going on with Purdue? Like, they were so good last year. And now they're headed into a do-or-die mode where they have to win their next 4 games to make a bowl game. And one of them is up against Michigan. I truly don't understand. And their players are like really dirty for some god awful reason. I don't understand what, like, there were so many late hits that the refs did not call, and that targeting where they're like, yeah, it's targeting, and then like after 2 seconds of review, yeah, it's not targeting, even though it was clearly targeted. The refs weren't the best, but it didn't really affect the outcome. We were winning anyway. Yeah. So I'm happy with this. I've embraced it at this point. If you want to embrace it, just go listen to Blue Moon, Blue M00N. Just search that up, listen to it constantly, and you'll be good to go. Oh, hey, Northwestern won. Hey, that makes our win better. So, yeah. Okay, all right, I'll take it. I just feel proud of this team. They've blown my expectations out of the water. I didn't expect much from this team, and that's how I go into most seasons these days. But I'm proud with this team. I'm proud that they fought through all these injuries on the offense, and the defense just still carries us. And it really makes Scott Frost look like a even worse head coach, considering that he's been in these similar situations, and yeah, we would have lost all 3 of those games, but nope, we salvaged it this year. And yeah, it was a good win all around. While it may look ugly as all hell, that's the brand of football we playing, bitch. That's why I said go listen to Blue Moon, because that's exactly what kind of football we're playing. Don't matter how ugly, we're still gonna be playing that ball. If you don't like it, just don't watch football, because that's Big West for you, baby. And now, barring a miracle by Wisconsin, oh, they hit the field goal. See, some teams aren't dumbass. Okay, there we go. Barring a miracle from Wisconsin, every team is going to be tied for 3-2. Nebraska will be last in that category. Minnesota will probably be second, and I would be first. I'm not entirely sure what it would be. I'd have to wait until later. But our next game is a very winnable game against Michigan State University. Team that hasn't won a single Big Ten game. If we can get that 6th win, that would be nice. We'd be bowl bound for the first time since 2016. We've won a bowl game more recently than actually being bowl eligible. That is all. It just feels nice. And it's more therapeutic than anything, because I know that tomorrow is going to be hell for me, but I won't let it get into my mind too much. I've embraced this kind of football, and you should too, because it's only going to last for this year. I wish Matt Rule could experience this more. He seems to love it, except for maybe the fumbles, but I wish he could experience it for longer, but it's the land of expansion. Can't wait to play USC as a conference opponent. Yeah, I don't care. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for when the Bears. Well, actually, I'll probably see you Monday because that's a night game. So Monday when the Bears try and outduel Justin Herbert with Tyson Bagent. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye.